Hello folks, welcome to the first episode of FIL-AM Love Story. Tonight we have Lyla and Clay as our first guests. Welcome folks.
Hi guys.
Hello.
Hello.
We're going to start with some simple questions to make you feel comfortable if we can. Clay, where are you from?
South Carolina.
Lyla, where are you from?
I'm from the Philippines,
Where?
Tondo, Manila.
Ah, Manila. Oh,
Yes.
very good. How did you meet?
I was working in Kentucky, living in Kentucky at the time, and one of the Filipino ladies had invited me over, and I was looking at her photo album, and I noticed a young lady, and I kept turning back to her page, and I asked for her email address, her contact information, and we just started emailing and chatting online for a few years.
Oh, nice. Something about her caught your eye, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
And later she had invited me to come over and meet her family, my first trip overseas. And actually, right before I had planned the trip, I was in a major car accident, and so it would be a few years later before I could go.
Wow.
And during the time I was recovering from the car accident, Lyla, my wife now, would encourage me with her faith, and it really helped me through those times. And so when I finally made my first trip over to the Philippines, I surprised her and proposed to her.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Yeah, that's how we met. He saw me in a photo album. So I don't know how my pictures looks like because I think I was, way back 1990s, I think. There's no social media.
To speak of, yeah.
Yeah, and my best friend, which her co-worker that he met, we always keep changing mails that time, postcard, birthday card,
Sure.
pictures. So I keep sending her my pictures, so I didn't know that he wants my picture. I think I was 19 years old that time on my
19.
picture. Yeah,
That's what we call love at first sight. I
Yeah.
guess.
and the
Yeah.
picture.
Now, how long were you corresponding before you proposed? How many years?
Oh, it was actually
Still remember the day, the year?
3 or 4 years.
Wow. That's commitment.
Something like that.
That's
yeah.
commitment.
Yeah.
And
Takes a while.
so then you went to the Philippines. How long did you go to the Philippines for?
A week.
Went for a week.
Just a
For a week each time. I went to the Philippines a total of 3 times.
Uh-huh.
And it was the most exciting time to me in my life. Getting to see a new culture for the first time
Sure.
and experience their kindness. It was really good.
Wonderful people, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah. Had you been out of the country prior to that?
That was my first time.
Ah,
First time.
very nice. What I want to ask now is, how is it being married to a Filipino, Clay?
It's really great. Some of the differences from the Philippine culture is quite different. For example, in the Philippines, it's impolite to point. So one day I'm asking my wife something, and she's doing a motion with her lips. And I really didn't understand what she was doing, but that's their way of pointing.
He thought he wanted a kiss.
And for you, Lyla, how's it being married to an American?
It was good. It's thoughtful. Oh, I will tell you a story. When I first came here, my mother-in-law, she's always stay in the hospital. He's sweet, I know. And that time we visited her. And then I think we stayed like 3 hours in the hospital. And then when we are about to leave, I told him to get the car in the parking lot and wait me on the entrance. And I waited like 30 minutes. I don't see him. I don't know where he is. That time, the hospital to the apartment that we stay is just like 5 minutes away. So it's almost 30 minutes. I don't see him. And then he came back. He said, I'm sorry, I forgot. He forgot to come back.
I thought I was talking to her in the car, and I looked over, and she's not there.
Sorry, guys.
Because he said, can you tell?
You know, I was tired from work, and I'm just not used to
Yeah,
someone being there with me.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
You know.
And while he was driving, he
So
said,
funny.
baby.
It's a good way to wind up in the doghouse.
He forgot me on the hospital. He's sweet. He come back for me.
And I'd like to tell another story is that about being married to a Filipina.
Sure.
Because one day I got off work and I was a little grumpy, I guess you would say, and so I thought we had an argument. But I go to get out of the shower, and she has my clothes laid out for me, and I thought that was wow. Here I am being a little grumpy, but she's still so thoughtful to me.
Aww.
That's what
Very nice.
Filipinas, right?
Very nice.
Yeah.
So, Lyla, what do you remember about the courtship?
Courtship?
Were you shocked to hear about the accident?
Yeah, he told me that before. But before that, when my friend called me, and she told me that her friends, which is him, wants to meet me and wants to get to know me more.
Uh-huh.
And I asked her how he looks like. Is he handsome? If he have a good looking? She kept telling me he's nice. He's good. He's thoughtful. She never mentioned about his appearance. She kept telling me he's a nice guy. Just try to know him more, and I'll let you guys discover who he is. Yeah.
If I can add something to that, during that time, I was a size 38, and I was really big, and I was shy to show that to her. But before my first trip to the Philippines, in preparing for that, I went from a size 38 to a size 33.
Yeah,
Wow.
he lose a lot.
Wow.
He lose a lot of weight.
Wow.
Very good.
That's true love.
It is.
Yeah, I wish I can.
Now, where did you get married?
We got married in my country, Philippines, way back 2011.
2011. Wow.
Yeah.
So, what month?
December.
So you have a 10th anniversary coming up.
Yes, it
Yes.
is. 10 years this
Celebrate.
December.
Celebrate.
Celebrate.
Sponsored by Hub Hub.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank
Thank
you.
And was it difficult getting married in the Philippines?
It is.
Actually, it was really nice.
Yeah, the
It was really
people.
good, but it was just a long immigration process.
Remember, you're having a hard time to get the certificate of no marriage here.
All right.
And you need a help from Michelle to get you
Yes.
I don't know, what do you call that?
It was to prove that you weren't married?
Yeah, he's having a hard time to get that
Uh-huh.
here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I was very blessed and fortunate that the place I was working at the time, a lot of the people in the office and had already had the experience of helping someone through the immigration process. So it was really helpful because there's a lot of paperwork involved, a lot of criteria.
So now you were married in the Philippines. Lyla stayed in the Philippines after you were married?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's,
So how long was Lyla still in the Philippines after you were married?
I stay until 2015.
Oh,
So I
my goodness.
waited 12, 13, 14, almost 3 years. Yeah.
Wow.
4 years.
You guys are committed.
Yes, and her PM was my AM. So I would get off work and it was very challenging.
Yeah.
But we did a lot of Bible study and sharing our faith and things like that, and it kept us going.
Sure.
Yeah.
It
helped
obviously
us.
worked.
It is.
Yeah.
It's really worked.
Yeah. And what was the process like of getting Lyla here?
It still took a few years. During the time, I also had a company. The company I worked for had shut down, and so it was kind of stressful because you have to meet. One of the criteria is that you make a certain amount to sponsor them. That you make a certain amount per year, and but I was fortunate and got another job, and there was no gap in between time.
Well, it's a very interesting story.
Thank
You
you.
two have shown a lot of commitment to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're also thankful to our representative in Congress that helped us to speed up the process.
Yeah, expedite.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you both for coming here tonight and sharing your story. And to the viewers, tune in again. See you next episode of FIL-AM Love Story. Good night.
Good night. Bye. Thank you.